Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily Chelsea news update. As always, guys, there's plenty to get stuck into. We've got the latest fallout still from the Enzo Fernandez incident. We've got all the latest on Chelsea's pre-season training, the preparations, the boys leaving for America on Monday. Chelsea have apparently inquired about signing Lens striker Ellie Wahi, who we tried to sign last summer, but he binned us off. So interesting that we're looking to go back in for him. We might have found a new home for Malang Sarr as well, people. You know, hit the alarms. Malang Sarr, we might have found a new home for him. Cole Palmer won't be among the group of players who goes out to America on the tour. He's not due back until next month. Conor Gallagher has also got time off, so Palmer and Gallagher are not going to be a part of the US tour. Chelsea still want a striker and a right winger, but they're willing to wait and see how the market reacts to some other moves that are currently being made. So we're looking for a bit of a reactive situation. Atletico Madrid have held more Conor Gallagher talks over the last few days. Chelsea are set to reward Cole Palmer with his superb form, but rather than give him a new deal, they're more likely to just privately adjust his salary. Pay the geezer whatever he wants. Pay the geezer whatever he wants. There we go. And also we have got news on Kepa Arrizabalaga's future as well. He is now out of the plans of Al Ittihad. Obviously, Al Ittihad switched presidents, and the new geezer is not wanting Kepa. Enzo Fernandez is expected to join up with his Chelsea teammates on the pre-season tour of the US later this month. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. And reports are saying that the players have taken really well to Enzo Maresca's style of training. They're enjoying the sessions and all that sort of stuff. Vibes around the camp are good. Obviously, I think this was put out before the Enzo Fernandez situation. But yeah, loads to dive into, guys. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new round here. Please do that. I think, guys, we're only about 10 subscribers away from 10.6k. So let's get those today. No excuses not to. Let's get those today. Yeah, we're 13 away. 13 subscribers from 10.6k. We're reaching that today, guys. So make sure you subscribe if you are new round here, guys. It will be greatly appreciated. Keep smashing those likes as well. So there we go. Right. What else? What are you lot saying in the chat, and then we'll get into it. Just we don't need another unproven strike. I mean, look, Wahi played Champions League last season. Look, he's obviously wouldn't be really my choice, but interesting that news has come back in. When Enzo Fernandez comes out, what do you think Maresca will do? I don't think Maresca will do anything, to be perfectly honest. It's down to the club and Enzo. I don't really think it's anything to do with the manager. No Nico Williams, no Elise, no Oshiman. Yeah, no, none of those guys were going to happen anyway. Let's be real here. Wahi, I don't know how much Wahi would cost. I think there were talks for around 25, 30 million when we were looking at him, last season. What else have we got going on? Like the new intro. Yes, big up. Appreciate that. What else have we got going on here? Yes, love. So there we go. Right, let's get into proceedings then, guys. Let's start with the latest news. I guess the big news, because Chelsea are seemingly back in for Lens striker Ellie Wahi. I think he was at Montpellier last season. We tried to do a deal. He didn't want the move. I think it's because we were planning to loan him to Strasbourg, and he wasn't up for that. But Chelsea have inquired about Elye Wahi, the Lens striker. So they made the move to Lens last summer from Montpellier. I don't know how he did at Lens, but Elye Wahi could leave Lens this summer. At least two clubs have come forward, including Chelsea. Chelsea tried last summer, but they've again come forward in the last few days to find out about the feasibility of a transfer. After deciding with his directors and his entourage to open the door to a departure at the start of the transfer window, the striker is still at Lens. The Blues have not yet made an offer and are waiting to see at what price the door can open. at least one other club has also come forward in recent days more concretely. So yeah, look, obviously, Wahi is maybe someone that's previously been on the radar. This is not exactly a new name, but we could have signed him last summer. So why did we? Why have we waited a year and then we're going to go back in again and probably have to pay more than what he cost originally? Let's have a look what this geezer did last season. I'm not sure how well he did. I think he's a decent goal scorer. Elye Wahi is obviously 21 years of age. He was 21 in January. Of course, he fits that profile. He fits that profile. Again, I think this might be sort of an opportunity, maybe an opportunity in the market. Chelsea might look at this. I don't necessarily think he's that great. He's capped twice for the French under-23 side. He's 21 years old, as I said. He's a centre forward, but is also capable of playing on either wing. As I said, joined from Montpellier last summer. What did he do in Liga this year? I don't think he did much. I would be surprised if he even scored 10 goals, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, there we go. He got 9 goals and 3 assists in 28 appearances in the French league. 2 goals in 6 Champions League games. Got 12 goals and 4 assists from 37 appearances in all competitions. Yeah, look, it's not amazing numbers by any stretch of the imagination. Not amazing numbers at all. Yeah, I don't know about this, but it seems weird that we've had no links all summer, and then suddenly there's 2 transfer stories relating to Chelsea and Lens, Wahi and then Malang Sarr in the same day. So yeah, make of that what you will. But again, it's just another link to another. I don't want to say it. Another link to another bang average striker, in my opinion. And that might sound a bit harsh, but yeah, that I've said it. I just think it's another link to an average striker, guys. But I don't know enough about him, but I don't think he's that great. I don't think he's that great. So yeah, I don't really know what the situation is. I don't know what the situation is. Yeah, he's not all that, is he, people? I mean, guys, anyone in the chat actually know more about Wahi than I do? But I just look at this as another one of them ones where it's just like, yeah, it's not great. To be perfectly honest, guys, it's not one of them where I'm thinking, oh, this is a real difference maker. It's just much of a likeness again, isn't it? Much of a likeness. We should develop Jackson and Guiu. We are using positional play. We don't need world-class strikers. Look at Vardy. No, look, I'm not saying that we have to go and get a massive name striker, but is Wahi really the answer? How different is he to a John Duran or an Omarodion or a Jonathan Day? I mean, obviously Jonathan Day is much better, but how different is he to a Duran or an Omarodion? I don't really think is that different. I really don't. So to be honest, I'd rather we just stuck with Guiu and Nkunku and Jackson rather than looking to sign someone like Wahi. The geezer scored 9 goals last season in the French league. I wouldn't exactly say it was lethal. 9 goals in 28 league appearances. That doesn't strike me as lethal. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I just look at it, and for me, if we're going to bring a striker in, don't bring someone in the same age as in and around the same age as Nicholas Jackson. You want different age profiles in the squad. Because younger players are going to need more game time to develop, and those two are just going to be competing with each other for minutes when they both need the minutes to develop. For the life of me, I cannot understand why Chelsea is seemingly not interested in in Ivan Toney. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense whatsoever. But not a lot of stuff we do at the moment makes an awful lot of sense. That would be where I am right now on this. What else are we going on? Tony's perfect. Yep. Yeah, it's not exciting, is it? It's really not exciting. I mean, we could find ourselves in a situation where, I don't know, we get another one of them situations where, if you sign Wahi from us, like if you sign Malang Sarr, we'll sign Wahi. That's kind of what I think is being got at here. We'll sign Malang Sarr, you sign Wahi. That's kind of what this feels like right now. I don't know enough about Eli Wahi, but again, the stats didn't look great, to be honest. The stats don't look amazing. Yes, I get it. He's young. He's 21, but in his entire time in France, he's not scored that many goals. I mean, that one season with Montpellier, the one that got in the move, he got 19. He scored in his 3 seasons with Montpellier. He scored 3, 10, and 19, and then he got 9 goals last season. So, yeah, obviously dropped off significantly last season. Admittedly, he played over 1,000 less. He played, about 700-800 less minutes, but still, he's kind of dropped off there. Why is a skillful set player? He's a good technician in terms of ball striking, positional, making runs. He's a great low goal contribution. No, sure, and again, look, it's not all about just looking at numbers. Obviously, there's more. There could be more to his game than that. But my main thing with this is I'm just like I don't really know if it makes an awful lot of sense. Does this actually solve a problem for Chelsea? Does signing Wahi solve any of the issues that we potentially have in the squad? I personally feel that it doesn't really do that. Could I be wrong on that? Sure, I could absolutely be wrong on that. But I don't believe that is the case, really. I just think it's just another body in there which doesn't really do an awful lot for us. And that might sound a little bit harsh, but I just think that's the reality of the situation. It's another body in there that's not really pushing us on. Let's just, to be honest, I'm more having said that I desperately want a striker, seeing the names that we're linked with, I'm actually now more inclined to actually for us to just stick with what we've got, rather than just bringing one of these names in. I really think there's actually a lot more to be said for doing that, because the ones that we've been linked with are they're just average, to be perfectly honest. They're just average. If you think your transfer news is not exciting, yeah, brother, I hear you. Yeah, literally nothing at Anfield at all. I'd rather be with my Nicholas Jackson and Ivan Toney because he's always injured. No, Tony's not always injured. He was banned for 8 months last season, which is why he only suddenly featured in January. But yeah, look, I don't know, guys. It's an interesting one, isn't it? It is an interesting one. Yeah, sure, absolutely. You make a mistake, you act in a wrongful manner. You have to have the punishment that comes your way, and you've got to be educated to understand why that behavior is wrong. That needs to happen as well. Yes, big up, brother. Big up to all the Chelsea fans out in Portugal. What else are we looking at here? Because Osimhen is on his way to PSG, it looks like. But to be fair, as long as Osimhen leaves Napoli, that suits us well, because then it paves the way for Lukaku to go and link up with Antonio Conte. So yeah, there are no problems there as far as I'm concerned. No issues with that at all. Osimhen was always a pipe dream. It was never going to happen. As soon as we ruled ourselves out earlier in the summer, despite reports suggesting we could come back in for him, that was never really part of my thinking. I didn't genuinely think that Chelsea would look to do that. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of it's down to, particularly in these South American countries, it's very much a cultural thing as well. Not making any excuses, by the way, but it's obviously a cultural thing. We'll get top 4 of the players we have this season. I hope so. No, Osimhen's not coming. No, we know he's not coming. We know he's not coming. But yeah, that's sort of, this is the first sort of little bit of news that we've had on the striker situation, which has gone very, very quiet recently. Very, very quiet. And this is the first little bit of news that we've had on that. And it's potentially going back in for a previous target from last summer. So not exactly inspiring, not exactly an awful lot to get yourself excited for. But yeah, that is the latest movement in the market in regards to the striker situation. Now, Matt Law has released an article today with several pieces of information in it, which we are now going to dive into. But actually, we're going to stick with Lens because RC Lens want to sign Malang Sarr. Guys, can you believe this? We actually might be getting rid of Malang Sarr. This is incredible. Incredible news. The forgotten man. Yeah, I think people didn't really know if he still existed or not. But yeah, Chelsea are looking to sign... Not Chelsea, sorry. Lens are interested in signing Malang Sarr. But I, of course, need to see if I can translate into English because I don't speak French, funnily enough. But yeah, it's been shambolic, to say the least. It's been absolutely shambolic, that signing. He had a couple of good games under Thomas Tuchel, it must be said. A couple of good games under Tuchel. And then it obviously, yeah, it went to shit. But yeah, Chelsea could be looking... Lens are interested in the 25-year-old guy. So we could have found a home for him. We can get his over 100 grand a week wages off the books. And we can kind of just close the chapter on Malang Sarr. I actually think he's been treated quite badly by the club, in fairness, because of, with everything that he's been through in terms of, the club just pushing, for exiling him from the first team, basically. I wouldn't say it was a flop signing because he was signed on a free transfer. So, yes, okay, the wages aren't great. The wages have been expensive, but I wouldn't say it was a flop signing in terms of the fact we didn't pay any money for him. Yeah, it's not gone particularly well, but, obviously the wages are expensive. But generally speaking, we haven't really... I wouldn't say it was a flop signing in the sense of, we've paid a lot of money for him and it was awful. He's not good enough. Please tell me what club needs to do about that. Who's not good enough? Yeah, I don't know who's not good enough. Who's that referring to? But yeah, look, Malang Sarr. We could have a suitor, guys. We could have a taker. We can't be picky about any sort of transfer fee. I don't know what we're looking at transfer fee wise. I think it's got a year left on this deal because it's on a 5-year deal when he arrived in 2020. Look, Sarr I think's okay. He had some decent game. He had a few decent games under Tuchel. But yeah, other than that, yeah, obviously we just want one of them opportunistic signings. That's where we're at with that one. But it's actually important because whilst we're on this topic, by the way, guys, how slow have outgoings been as well? I know it's not easy to sell players. I know it's something we're obviously very good at as a football club, and I appreciate there's been, Euros, Copa America and whatnot, but I thought we would have sold a few more players. I really would have thought that. We had the sort of the PS our deadline and stuff, and we sold Martz and we sold Amari Hutchinson and whatnot. honestly thought there would have been a bit more progress on sales. Nothing on Amanda Broya for a number of weeks now. Nothing on the likes of Chalobah. Nothing on who else we're looking. Nothing really on Lukaku. Nothing very much on Kepa. You know, there's a lot of players that need to be sold, and you know, the outgoings are slow, really, really slow. And I don't know why that is. I mean, is there not as big a market for these players as we thought? Maybe that's the case. Maybe there's not as big a market as we thought for these players. I just don't know. But the outgoings have been very, very slow, very, very slow. You know, it's a strange one. It's a strange one, isn't it? I don't get. I mean, outgoings are important, and they seem to have really stalled. The outgoings seem to have stalled. I mean, guys, do you share my concerns on the outgoings? I mean, obviously, I know most of these players that are going to be sold probably won't be taken on the pre-season tour, but I think it is a genuine concern. I think there's a genuine concern on this. You know, a genuine concern about the level of outgoings. You know, it's not great. Really, it's not great at all, in my opinion. But what can we do, guys? What can we do? There's not much we can do about it. You know, you can't force players upon the club. You know, you can't do that. You can't force players on the club on other clubs. But yeah, it's just been the rate of outgoings is alarming. I would say it is alarming. And look, selling players. I think selling players is something we've been very good at, but at the same time, you know, I think the slowness this summer proves that maybe we haven't got maybe the assets we've got aren't as sellable as we thought they might be. That's what I think we are. This is what I think we're looking at here. I just don't think the assets are as sellable as what we thought. You know, I'm still hoping for the best, but I'm concerned. I've got to be honest, people. I'm concerned for a number of reasons. Not only because of the players the club needs to sell, but also because when you start doing, you know, last minute loan deals and all that sort of thing, they're very rarely beneficial to the development of the players that are going on loan as well. You know, there's, you know, I get it. There was always going to be a, you know, tournament summer, players on the holidays, no pressures to sell quickly after the PSR deadline and all that. But I don't know. I just thought there would have been a bit more progress on shifting a few players out, but there obviously hasn't been. You know, Elye don't want Kepa anymore. Look, I'm sure we can find a suitor for Kepa. I don't think that's going to be, you know, a huge issue. But you know, you would have thought that maybe the bulk of some business might have been outgoings might have been done before we go on pre-season. But you know, Kepa we thought was going. Lukaku is holding out for Napoli. But that's all we got. We've got to wait now until Osimhen leaves the club. And yes, all right, you know, he's given the green light to PSG. But you know, that's still got a long way to go as well. So yeah, you know, it's slow going. It's slow going, but look, I'm confident that we will sell the players we need to sell. We will get decent fees for the players we're looking to get rid of. But yeah, it's just not great, guys. It's just not great. It's all a bit slow at the moment. And it would be nice if it sped up a little bit. Guys, we're 10 subscribers away from 10.6k. Come on, people. Keep smashing the subscribe button. Keep smashing that like button as well. We're 67 likes, over 120 in the building. Smash the thumbs up. Keep subscribing as well, guys. This needs to be 100 likes, and I'm expecting a 10.6k by the end of the show, people. So 10 more subscribers required, 30 more likes. Let's get to it, people. Let's get to it. They made it seem during the season that a lot of players would be offloaded. Sure. And what I would say is, though, in slight defense, is that there is still time for plenty of players to be offloaded before the end of the window. You know, I'm calm, but I'm still aware that, you know, it's also not ideal, the situation in regards to the outgoings right now. But yeah, that's the latest on that one. Outgoings wise, we've got obviously Elye don't want Kepa anymore, and Lons want to sign Malang Sarr. So hopefully the Malang Sarr one, we can kind of get a move on and move him out. That would be a nice situation to find ourselves in. I would say it would be a nice situation to find ourselves in. But yeah, there we go. There we go. But yeah, what was I going to say? Let's move on to this reports again. More reports. You know, it's constantly Chelsea want right winger and striker, and yet there's nothing really. There's nothing really going on. Where is it? No, let me just find it now, guys. Bear with me a sec. Not that. Oh, this is the one. Yeah. Bear with me a second, people. Let me just bring this on the screen. And it's what I've been talking about the other day. You know, Chelsea still want to sign a striker and a right-footed winger, but are willing to see how the market reacts to some other moves that are currently being made by clubs. So again, we're looking at opportunities. We're looking at reactive business rather than going out there and doing our thing. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, we're waiting for the dominoes to drop and then see what players might be available when some moves are made. You know, Chelsea willing to wait. But by willing to wait, I suspect maybe that this means, guys, that maybe the club feel that some players they like could become available if other players, you know, join the club. They're looking at players that they like at, you know, if you get me. So I don't know, you know, talking of dominoes, let's just say, like, if Atletico Madrid were somehow able to pull off a move for Julian Alvarez, or they were to sign Artem Dovbyk from Girona, which some links have suggested, then that might mean that Omar is suddenly available on the market if Atletico Madrid add an Alvarez or a Dovbyk. So I think on the incomings, I feel a little bit more relaxed. I think it's clear that we're kind of sitting tight on the situation, waiting to see what happens. You know, we don't seem to be in much of a rush, it appears, in regards to those incomings. We don't seem to be in a rush. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. But we're taking a bit of a gamble here. We are taking a gamble. That much is absolutely clear. You know, a gamble is clearly being taken by waiting. You know, I think we can forget about Nico Williams. We can forget about all these guys. I don't know what they're waiting for, what they're hoping might happen. But there's obviously maybe targets at other clubs that are looking to do some business, and then those players might become available when other business has been made. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to wait for the domino effect. You know, that might not be a complete disaster. But but yeah, I suspect maybe we're waiting for a new striker to join Atletico Madrid, and then we might think, right, okay, Samu's available. Let's go and try and do something. Let's go and try and do something. Maybe that's what we're looking at here. Chelsea don't want to be made fools anymore. Well, maybe it's a bit late for that, but it's better late than never. Osimhen might be the target after all. Nah, I'd not. I'd be absolutely shocked if we signed Victor Osimhen. I'd be shocked. I definitely do not see that happening, people. I do not see it happening. Once PSG finalise Osimhen and if Alvarez leaves this summer, what could that mean? Well, PSG finalise Osimhen. That's good news for us because it means that Lukaku will go to Napoli, and we'll get the full fee because they will definitely have the money. Alvarez, I suspect, in all honesty, I expect Alvarez to stay this summer at City. Do you think we go back for Jonathan David? Potentially. But I thought I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I think it's a player they've looked at, but yeah, I'd be surprised if we were looking to go back in. I really would. I'm not expecting any move to be made. I'm not expecting any move to be made for him. So there we go. If Enzo is to get a punishment, I think it's only the right thing to also punish. No, absolutely not. Why would you punish someone for calling something out that's wrong? Absolutely not. But Enzo made the whole thing public by live streaming the whole thing in the first place. So yeah, I don't agree with those thoughts at all. Yeah, but the Lukaku bargaining chip is not really much use. It's not that helpful. As the main thing that we want is we want Osimhen to leave. We want Osimhen to leave Napoli, whatever way possible. We need him to leave so that Lukaku can then go there. Because that's what Lukaku's holding out for. Lukaku is holding out for Napoli. I don't know enough about Samu, to be honest. I don't really know enough about either of them. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. That is going to be an interesting one. It's causing uncertainty of the Alvarez rumours. The Alvarez rumours, to be honest, I think the only reason why Chelsea's name was linked with Alvarez was because we're looking for a striker. I honestly don't think it goes any further again. But maybe. I don't know, but I'd be surprised. Well, brother, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I mean, I'd love that to be the case very much, but I don't share the same optimism as you on that one for sure. And look, I agree. I don't see Samu leaving Madrid, but again, that could change if an Alvarez arrived, if a Dovbyk arrived. So yeah, this is what I mean about waiting for opportunities, seeing what happens in the market. Maybe a domino effect. Let's wait and see on that. Let's absolutely wait and see on that. So yeah. Right, let's move away from that. There's also other few interesting bits in the Matt Law article. And let's start with the news that Cole Palmer won't be playing any part in the pre-season tour. Obviously going to have a well-earned break. But I mean, what do we think about that, guys? I mean, obviously he's not going. He deserves the time off. how much of a problem do we think that is? I mean, obviously he knows Enzo Maresca's style of play. I think he knows how he operates, having spent time together at the Man City Academy. But obviously it's never ideal, for whatever the reasons are, for one of your star performers to be missing the pre-season tour, regardless of whatever the reasons are. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. But at the end of the day, guys, he has to have a break. It's unfortunate that, obviously, from a Chelsea perspective, England went so far in a tournament. Obviously, by that regards, Cucurella is going to miss the pre-season tour as well, because of them winning the. He's due back next month. So I think the first time we'll see Palmer, Cucurella, Gallagher, if he's still here, will be that Inter Milan game. That'll be the first game they'll play before the season begins. In my view, guys, we are still 12 likes away from 120 likes, or from 100 likes even. Keep smashing that like button, people. It's free. It takes seconds. Let's make sure that we get there. And we are now 7 subscribers away from the big 10.6K. So keep doing your thing, guys. Keep doing your thing. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button. 7 subscribers, 10 likes. Let's get to work, people. Let's get to work. We got City, Madrid, etc. We're cooked with no. Look, pre-season's not about results. Obviously, you don't want to get hammered in the pre-season games. Of course you don't. But it's about getting the minutes in the legs, getting the fitness, and understanding the system, getting used to the tactics and whatnot. Will come good. He's already good. Yes, big up to the dearest devil. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Hope you're doing well. Conference League games. Not sure when exactly they are, but yes, Conference League games are coming at some point. I don't know. I think the draw's early next month. We've got to do a bloody qualifying round, which is a madness. You think Enzo wrote, produced, and performed the song with the rest of the squad of the live orchestra? Look, obviously he's the one that filmed it. He's singing it. But what I would say is, I don't understand why no other clubs have commented. No other players have been condoned or criticised. We know who was on that bus. We know. Just because, there's no evidence there in the video, you can't really see them singing or whatever. We know it wasn't just one player chanting in the bus. We know that Garnacho was on there. We know that Lisandro Martinez was on there. We know that Emi Martinez was on there. We know that Garnacho was on there. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, anyone taking part has to be criticised. And Enzo went live, and obviously he's the main face in the video. And Julian Alvarez was sat next to him. But why has no other clubs come out? Why has nothing else been done from anyone? Look, obviously Palmer's not going to be on the pre-season tour. Neither is Gallagher, neither is Cucurella. But look, I don't think that's I would say it was a complete disaster, people. I wouldn't say it was a complete disaster. I think it's more. There's more important things. We know exactly what Cole Palmer can do, and this gives an opportunity to other players to try and impress. And I think that's kind of the most important thing on this. This is an opportunity for others now. An opportunity for others. But let's move away from that one and let's get up the other one, not Atletico Madrid. This one that Chelsea seem convinced, by the way, that they can keep Cole Palmer for 10 years at the football club. He's done one season. Not really sure how they believe that they're going to keep him for 10 years. So let's wait and see. Chelsea will reward Cole Palmer for his superb form and are confident he'll be at the club for the next 10 years. Rather than announce a new deal for Palmer, they are more likely to privately adjust the salary in his current contract. Fair enough. 10 more years of Palmer. Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that. Chelsea will reward Cole Palmer for his superb form. Palmer enjoyed an incredible first season, scoring 25 goals and maintained that form for England at the Euros, scoring in the final. He signed a 7-year contract with the option of a further year, worth around 80 grand a week when he joined last summer. That meant Palmer was at the lower end of the England wage scale during the summer, and his salary is not much more than a quarter of what Raheem Sterling earns at Chelsea. That's sickening. Chelsea are mindful of this and will reward Palmer with incremental wage rises to better reflect his importance and performances, although the expectation is these will remain private. Rather than announce a new deal, Chelsea are more likely to just privately adjust his salary. A source told Telegraph Sport that Chelsea expect Cole to be at the club for the next 10 years. So, of course, they will look after him and make sure his wages reflect his performances. There is no need to do that publicly with grand announcements. The club will work with Cole and his reps rather than doing their business in public. Chelsea are optimistic that Palmer can maintain and even improve his form of last season under new coach Maresca. As I just said, he won't be part of the group that fly to America on Monday. He's due to report back next month. So yeah, look, if we can keep Palmer for 10 years, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. If we can do that, absolutely brilliant. I don't think it's got anything to do with this narrative that we won because Enzo wasn't there. Is I just think it's a nonsense in my opinion. I think it's an absolute nonsense. He's going to be a massive player for us. He's going to be a huge player for us next season. The fact that he wasn't there for the last few games, I don't think it's got anything to do with why we played well. It just doesn't, guys. It just doesn't have anything to do with that, in my opinion. That is the situ. But what is interesting, guys, let's move away from Cole Palmer and all that. Palmer's not going to be sold. Have you seen comments on Demba Ba? No. What comments from Ba or someone speaking about Ba? I've not seen any comments about Demba Ba from anyone, or certainly nothing recent. Certainly nothing recent. So yeah, we will wait and see on that. No, you don't have to have a new contract. You can just adjust the salary. I don't think you need to have a new contract. No, I haven't seen what Demba Ba said. No, look, the midfield looked better because we had an extra person in there because Cucurella was inverting. That's why we looked more solid. Guys, 2 more likes, by the way. 2 more likes until we get to the 100. Keep smashing it, people. Keep smashing it. Would be greatly appreciated, guys. 2 more likes. Run it up. 144 in the building. Big up to each and every single one of you who is locked in. We're 6 subscribers away now as well. 6 to go. Smash that subscribe button. Become part of the community. Join the channel. All that good stuff. Demba Ba about Argentina. No, I've not seen those comments. Look, people have got this, misconception that they think that Enzo's not actually that good, which is crazy. I don't know where that comes from. I really don't. Loads of players didn't play in those last 5 or 6 games. But why is it because of Enzo wasn't there? Is why we played well. Did we not play well because Reece James was not there? Did we not play well because Nkunku wasn't there? Did we not play well because Lavia wasn't there? Did we not play well because Fofana wasn't? Did you get what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't get it. And people also seem to conveniently forget that Enzo was playing through a whole host of injuries last season. He was playing through a whole range of injury problems with a hernia issue. There we go. Sure, but that's because he was playing injured for 6 months and on injections. So of course his performance levels weren't going to be particularly good. But anyway, we're going to move away from this Cole Palmer stuff. Just whatever, allow him to choose how many zeros he wants. That's the easiest thing. Let's talk about Atletico Madrid and Conor Gallagher, because they seem to be the club right now who are showing the most interest. They're the ones that are showing the most interest. Matt Law reporting that Atletico Madrid have held more talks with Gallagher over Gallagher in recent days, and they've shown more interest than Spurs so far. But no bid has been made for Gallagher, and there is skepticism over whether or not they could even get close to Chelsea's £50 million valuation. Sources believe the likelihood of Gallagher being able to come up with of Atletico being able to come up with a financial package that would tempt Chelsea and Gallagher are slim at this stage. Tottenham remain interested in Gallagher, but are yet to make a move for him this summer, while Villa turn their attention to another one of their top targets, Amadou Onana, after accepting the Chelsea Academy graduate was unlikely to join them. This is what I think we're gonna see, right? And I've said it for a number of weeks now. Unless Atletico Madrid can get money together, unless Conor's desperate to go to La Liga, Spurs aren't going to pay the valuation. Atletico Madrid aren't going to pay the valuation. I suspect the only way that he's going to go is if Chelsea drop their valuation, or if he wants to move and tries to force his way out the club, which I personally do not see happening. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen now, guys. Is that, yeah, sure, Atletico Madrid want him. We know that they're not, great. Spanish clubs aren't great financially, generally speaking. But look, Gallagher under Simeone would do well. It's a move that would absolutely make sense. That energy, that pressing. You could see him fitting in really well in a Simeone side. You could absolutely see him fitting in well in a Simeone side. But yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It is one of them guys that I suspect now that he ends up staying, and I suspect as well that if he ends up staying, he has to be offered a new contract. So the two things go hand in hand. I think he'll stay, and he will then sign a new deal. It might be. I wonder if they'll try and do something similar to what they did with Mount, offer him like a 1-year extension or like a 2-year extension or something. Not like a proper deal. Just to try and protect his value a bit, and then maybe try and sell him in a year or two's time. That equally wouldn't surprise me either if they did try and do that. Guys, still over 150 of you lot in the building. Big yourselves up. This is definitely getting to 150 likes, guys. This is definitely getting to 150 likes. And people, 1 subscriber now from the 10.6K. 1 sub. I was about to do something well cringe then. I was about to do I've refrained myself there. I was about to do what is it? A little remix on the old Dua Lipa One Kiss Is All It Takes, with a little 1 sub is all it takes. But I've reined that in, guys. I've reined it in. But yeah, 1 sub is all it takes. So please, one of you lovely people out of 150 that have not subscribed, make sure you do, because then we're going to be on a 10.6K. So yeah, one of you lovely people, smash that subscribe button. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, guys. 10.6K incoming. Please let me know once we're there. Let me know once we're there. What are you lot saying? Cruz and Enzo have similar attributes and strengths. Yeah, maybe. But yeah. Well, no. I mean, look, you could in theory, but I don't think Gallagher would sign something with a release clause in it. But you I guess you just don't know at the end of the day. You just don't know. That's the thing. It's a tough one. It is a tough one because as I said, you don't know. If you don't know if that's a good idea or not. But I don't know. Gallagher, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I think Chelsea thought they'd be yes. Big up to everyone. Love for the support. We are heading closer to that 11K. I think 11K before the season begins is very much realistic. It's very much on the cards, very much realistic. But yeah, look, what I think Chelsea are surprised that there's not more interest in Gallagher. Or maybe there is interest in Gallagher, but there's not interest in him at that price. I suspect it's a combination of the two. I suspect there's not as much interest as the club maybe first thought, and then I think potential suitors don't see value in signing him at that price. That's what I'm thinking, guys. That's what I'm thinking right now. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. But that would be my expectation, is that I think Gallagher will end up staying at the football club and he'll sign a new contract. But yeah, Atletico Madrid are showing the most interest, and we need to wait and see what happens on that front. Yeah, that's the aim. That's the aim. 20k by the time next season starts. 20k in a year's time. I think that's doable, guys. I think that's very, very doable. So yeah, that's the aim. We aim big. We obviously make improvements to the channel and all that. And yeah, hopefully, more people will come along for the ride and enjoy it. So there we go. There we go. Imagine going into premises with only Jackson and Kunku for goals. Brother, you're forgetting about Giyu, the golden boy. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. But let's dive into let's take a bit of a dive into the Enzo Fernandez kind of and the pre-season kind of situation right now. But Kieran Gill in the Daily Mail reporting that Enzo Maresca's first week of training has yielded only positivity, with players telling their reps how much they were enjoying it. Even the double days, which saw Maresca put on a bib to personally participate in passing drills. Now, that's all great that they're taking to it well. But of course, we know that the media are going to run with the Enzo stuff. I'm not saying it. They're not trying to downplay the situation, but they will obviously try and upplay it to get maximum, traction on stories and whatnot. No, that's not true. I mean, he could do after preseason potentially, but no decision is going to be taken on Giyu until after preseason, guys. So we will see. Come participate in other channels like Football Terrace, Big Six, and direct those crowds to your channel and make comments. The comments are subscriber only. Yeah, I've always had subscriber only on. That's at least that way, people have to subscribe to be in the chat, and then you actually know that you're talking to people that support the channel, and that's great. Look, Lewis is my guy. But, me and Lewis get on well. He's got his way of doing things. Don't agree with all of his views on stuff, but yeah. Lewis is my guy. Big up to Lewis. What else have we got going on? I'll be honest, I don't even know Johnny. I've met him like one time. I've met him like once, I think. Anyway, let's get into this, guys. So this article here, titled Inside Chelsea's Civil War. Enzo Maresca's first week of training, we've done that. That's all boring there. Although there's a feeling Maresca's tactical instructions are much clearer than his predecessors, the most common words out of the 44-year-old's Italian's mouth over the week being well done whenever he saw something he liked. Fun was also out. There was a game of tag in which the players were tasked with touching each other's backs. Reece James telling off Tosin Adarabioyo when he cheated. Fair enough. That's all boring. Let's get to what their reward at the end of this exhausting but beneficial week was a rest day on Sunday. Yeah, fair enough. All was calm, but then came the storm, with Mail Sport revealing how Chelsea had launched an investigation into the Instagram video uploaded by Enzo. Footage showed, yet we know all that. With that, civil war unfolded at Chelsea, and as is the modern way, social media took centre stage. Chelsea's squad is made up of a large number of footballers from France, yet sources speaking anonymously to Mail Sport said there was fury among the French contingent as they began to unfollow Enzo on Instagram, while Fofana went one further by uploading a screenshot of his teammate with the caption, "Football in 2024, uninhibited racism." It was a disaster for Chelsea, agreed. One of their players publicly accusing another of racist behaviour, and came on the same day the club were advertising for a new head of football communications. Yep. No, you couldn't make it up, could you? Fofana's reward for speaking up was to have his own Instagram littered with abuse. Yep, absolutely ridiculous that. Ridiculous. Fernandez tried to make amends with his teammates with a private apology sent to the squad via their internal messaging system. He then apologized publicly on social media. And then what else? Chelsea's own statement followed. The reason for the delay being that they wanted to speak to Enzo first in order to verify the video was real. Clubs have been spooked by a rise in fake footage of created using AI. Once they had heard from Enzo, they announced that they made their statement. Chelsea are travelling in less than 7 days to the US, a trip in which Fernandez is likely to join later on. Other Premier League clubs with reps in the Argentinian national team have avoided commenting, largely because there is no proof their player was involved in the controversial chanting, whereas Fernandez was the one holding the phone. Like Chelsea, FIFA are now looking into the incident, while the FA are not currently involved. The likelihood is Fernandez will be seen wearing a Chelsea shirt again soon enough, taking his place on the pitch alongside the French players offended by his behaviour. So while this chant occurred outside of the club environment, the expectation is that Fernandez will be fined upon the conclusion of Chelsea's investigation, perhaps with an educational course to follow. Maresca will hope the harmonious vibe created over the first week of training can continue as they prepare for the new season, though it would appear Fernandez has serious work to do in order to gain the forgiveness of his peers. So what else have we got going on here? Yes, big up. But I think I did send you a message a few months back. Didn't hear anything. So yeah, there we go. Maybe I will. I will try again on that front, guys. 131 in the building. 150 in the building. We're 131 likes. 131 likes. Let's get this to 150, guys. Let's get this to 150 and keep subscribing to the channel. If you are new round here as well, that would be greatly appreciated, guys. Really would appreciate it. What else have we got? Now, big up, brother. I'm going to get Matisse on. We're going to try. I'm going to try and get something sorted. I've got his number, so I'll send him a message. See if we can. We done something on Chelsea Fan TV. So let's. I'll see if I can get him on the channel. Maybe not on the live stream, but definitely on some sort of video. I'll see if that is possible. But yeah, big up to Matisse. Yeah, but it's yeah. Well, to be fair, right? If I had as many subscribers as Matisse, it's a lot more difficult to read the chat because you're getting thousands watching, or 6, 7, 800. I mean, the 150, 200 is a lot easier to do. So I wouldn't blame it. I wouldn't sort of use him not reading the chat against him. By the way, because yeah, it's difficult when there's so many viewers there. What else have we got going on? But yeah, anyway, look, I think Chelsea have got a problem here. They've dealt with it swiftly. They're going to deal with it in in the way that they seem appropriate to deal with it. But the most important thing is guys, is that this. Oh, hold on. There seems to be some further news that has come out about if the FA get involved in this. Let me have a quick look at this. Where have I just seen that? Where have I just seen that? Ah, here we go. This is it here. Enzo Fernandez would almost certainly receive at least a 6-match ban if the FA chooses to investigate the case. The FA has not begun proceedings against Enzo, but has not ruled out the possibility. Let's see what this article says. Enzo Fernandez could face a ban of up to 12 matches after filming himself singing a racist and transphobic song alongside Argentina teammates in the aftermath of the Copa America final. No, I do not want to subscribe. Fuck off. I don't want to subscribe. Why is that? It's like, why all these things have to pay for them now? Fuck off. Chelsea launched an internal investigation. So how Chelsea are likely to handle the situation? The answer to that is So basically, there's not really that much info in there. So if the FA do get involved, it's going to be, we're looking at a similar we're going to be looking at a similar length of ban to sort of what we saw with Suarez and what we've seen in similar cases. The maximum I think that can be handed out is 12, and I think the minimum is 6. So if the FA were to get involved, then I think we're looking at maybe 5 or 6 games. Look, by no means I'm not on board with this. I'll just sell him. Too many people are using this situation as they're not actually offended by the situation. They are using this as fuel to to keep their to fuel for their Enzo agenda. So many people for some reason don't seem to like him, and now this has happened. They're piling in because they've got this to use as an excuse for them, as it were. Look, at the end of the day, I did a video on it yesterday. Do I believe that Enzo Fernandez is a racist? No. Has he done something stupid and foolish with racist connotations? Yes, absolutely he has, and he deserves to be punished for it. But this guy, should never play again. Sell him. Chelsea aren't going to sell him because whether people agree or not, and whether it's right or not, the fact is he's over a £100 million asset, and the business, which is the club, are going to protect their asset. And whether we agree with that or not, that's the situation right now. And look, more than him being a racist, I don't believe he is. I think he's ignorant, uneducated. But what people also perhaps need to appreciate, and it's not an excuse by any sorts, but this is very much a cultural thing in Argentina. And so when you're brought up in that culture, I guess your values are, from the culture you're brought up in. And when, that culture is not the norm in other countries, or not the norm kind of just generally in society, then you have a problem. And look, whatever the punishment is, he has to take it. He has to accept it. And that's that. But you keep the same energy for all players. You can't have supported JT for that situation with Anton Ferdinand all those years ago, but then be condemning Enzo. Same energy for all players that that happen to get involved in this sort of thing. So look, if the FA get involved, yeah, it's probably going to end up being a ban for Enzo. Look, I did a video yesterday on this. You can check my thoughts out on the channel, guys. I agree. I don't think Enzo's a racist. That's my personal opinion. If other people disagree, that's fine. I don't believe he is a racist. He's foolish and situationally around an entire team of Argentinian culture-infused banter. Simply doesn't know better. Yeah, of course. Of course. Look, I think that sums it up reasonably well. But the fact that he doesn't know better is a concern, and he needs to be educated to become a better person. But do I think that Enzo is a racist individual? No, I don't. No, I don't think he is. Well, I think DePaul's comments are interesting because he's talking about making it public, but then totally ignoring the fact that Enzo made it public in the first place by going live on Instagram with it. So, yeah, I mean, DePaul's comments not really holding much back. But yeah, look, it's not the situation we want. It's not a good situation that we find ourselves in with it. And we just have to hope that, obviously Enzo needs to have the education, needs, sort of a reintegration process into the squad. And then, hopefully we can kind of over time able to move forward from it. It's not a brush under the carpet. Let's everyone crack on. It's a serious thing. No, of course he's not. He absolutely isn't. He'll start unless he's banned. He will start the first game of the season. I'm almost certain of that. Unless he's banned. Unless he's banned, I suspect that he will start the first game of the season. Guys, we are 14 likes away from the 150 likes. Keep smashing that like button, guys. It's free. It takes seconds, and it would really help me out. So let's run it up to 150 likes, guys. Plenty of you in here still. More than enough to hit the likes target of 150, and keep subscribing if you are new around here as well, people. That would be greatly appreciated. Help me get on the way to 11K. But let's run this up to 150 likes. That should be light work. Should be light work, guys. 10 more to go. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. What else do we think is going on here? He's not going to be banned for 6 months. No, 6 matches. 6 matches, I think, is the minimum. Is the minimum for that sort of thing. And is what previous kind of situations have gone by. So yeah, we shall wait and see, people. We shall wait and see. But yeah, guys, 8 more likes. Keep running it up. But this is something that I think is going to run on. Chelsea do their thing with the internal investigation. Enzo's got a lot of making up to do to his teammates. Needs to go on the relevant whatever it is to better himself and whatever the club decide to do. And ultimately, he has to take whatever punishment comes his way. And that's the thing. Has to. Has to take any punishment that comes his way. And we will see. No, Enzo's not been banned for any matches just yet, by the way. No, that's not happened yet. Once you pick up, no, I mean, look, John Terry. All right, we know JT said what he said, even if it wasn't proven in the court of law. We know that he said that. And Chelsea fans stood by him, and he played for years after that. Enzo will play for Chelsea this season, yeah, look, his career is not over. It's absolutely not. And I think, you know, for me, look, one very poor piece of judgment, one very poor piece of behavior as a boy in your early 20s shouldn't be defining your life or defining your career. You know, these people that are just piling in, yes, needs to be punished and educated. But this idea that, you know, oh, his career is over because of one stupid, poor piece of behavior, I don't agree that. I don't agree personally. Yeah, it'll be fined as well. Yeah, and that's terrible, absolutely terrible. And that, like, the fact that these conversations are even still happening in this day and age is an absolute shambles, absolute shambles. You know, that shouldn't still be happening. But yeah, brother, if you're over at Stamford Bridge and you see me knocking about, come and say hi, mate. Come and say hi. I don't know where you normally sit or whatever, but yeah. But yeah, that stuff is unacceptable. Shouldn't be happening in any walk of life with anyone. Simply shouldn't. What do I think will happen? He'll be fined. There'll be some sort of educational course. He'll have to be reintegrated into the squad. And that's what I think will happen from a Chelsea perspective. If the FA were to get involved, then I think we're looking at a 6-match ban as a minimum if they were to get involved. But anything beyond that, I don't see any other outcomes other than those things. Yeah, this is my point. This is my point. Behavior totally inappropriate, totally wrong. But do I think he is a racist? No. You know, has he done something with racist connotations with like that is you know deemed as that is racist? Yes, but does that make him fundamentally a racist? No, not in my opinion. If people think that Enzo's a racist because of this, then that's their opinion. But I personally don't believe that he is a racist despite this behavior. That's just my opinion. But you know, people have different opinions, and that's absolutely fine. But no, I don't believe that he is a racist. No. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's kind of the latest on that situation, people. Still 6 more likes required to the 160 to the 150, guys. That would be that would be greatly appreciated. Let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. 6 likes from 150. Let's keep it moving and keep subscribing to the channel as well. These anti-Enzos, yeah, look, again, I understand why he's front and center because he plays for Chelsea, because he's the main guy doing it. But yeah, you know, people are acting like he was the only guy on the bus. So yeah, it's a strange one. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to meet Enzo on a number of occasions, you know. And yeah, look, I don't think people think he's a racist. I mean, some people might think that, but I personally don't believe that he is. In for Murillo, I mean, look, the Murillo links aren't anything new. I don't know if Murillo is if there's any new Murillo links, but yeah, the Murillo stuff is definitely not it's not a new thing. Definitely not a new thing. So yeah, there we go. Yes, big up, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Can I do a video of Lewis? Yeah, sure. I can certainly try and get that arranged. Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, the lack of awareness is a major issue there for sure. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree on that. Guys, one more like to 150. Come on, people, run it up, run it up, run it up. We're almost there. Guys, any questions about anything in the chat? Please do let me know. Let's quickly go through. Let's go through this Simon Johnson article very briefly. See if there's anything further to be added to the situation. Let's just get that. So Enzo expected to join up with Chelsea teammates later this month. One person familiar with the team environment has said they feel some kind of mediation will still have to take place. Let's see what this article's saying. Let's have a quick look. Enzo Fernandez, new head coach Enzo Maresca has been working for a week. As one source close to a senior player said to the Athletics before Enzo Fernandez live stream, the start of Maresca's regime could not have gone much better. Members of the squad who were not involved in the international tournaments began to report for duty on July 4th. Excuse me. And the feedback from the Italian session has been very positive. Yep. That is until Enzo live streamed the video. Yeah, we know about that. Clip went viral for all the wrong reasons. Fernandez's actions were viewed by his Chelsea colleagues and the reaction was bad. Many people were really angry. One person close to a senior player says they were asking, why would he do that? There has always been a strong togetherness in the squad and the club just need the right coach to make it work. But this incident has changed that. It'll be interesting to see what happens when Fernandez goes back to the club. Another individual familiar with the team environment described the situation as being even more dire, that the camp had initially been fractured. An indication of the upsets caused on Tuesday, yet when Chelsea's French players unfollowed Fernandez on Instagram, one player, defender, was finally then posted a clip, yet we know that. Chelsea promised to investigate the situation. He knows that he's apologised, yet Fernandez has since reached out to his teammates to express remorse for what he's done. Nicholas Jackson posted on his Instagram account a picture displaying two images of Enzo. One was a picture of him sitting with the midfielder. The other was a short clip of the 23-year-old with a young black supporter in the past. Obviously, he's then since deleted that post. Perhaps any indication that things have not moved on quite as simply as Chelsea may have hoped was provided by Datro Fofana, who also took to Instagram to condemn racism in football. So what happens now? Fernandez's holiday could help take the heat out of the situation for the time being, but the issue will surely come to the fore again is if, as expected, he flies to the US to join up with the Chelsea squad who depart for the pre-season tour on Monday. One person familiar with the team environment told the Athletic they feel some kind of mediation will still have to take place. Obviously, he's regarded as a key player, but his actions have also created an issue for Maresca, who has yet to talk to the media since taking charge. Inevitably, the Italian will have questions to answer about it for the foreseeable future, and the player's bond with his colleagues, let alone his form, will now be under more scrutiny than ever. So, look, I can fully understand why there'd be a fractured dressing room, why it's caused problems. There's rifts to be repaired. Absolutely agree on that. Let's see. They're not going to sell it. Enzo won't be sold. I know some people are wanting that, but that for me, in my opinion, is not happening. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to round this one out here. Big up to everyone who tuned in this afternoon. So please, hold on a second. We just got a little last minute thing, people. Enzo Fernandez's dad has been speaking, apparently. Let's have a quick look here. So Enzo's dad has been speaking on the situation. Now, of course, father is likely to stand up for his son, but let's have a quick look at this. Enzo's dad, I know who my son is. He's not like that. He's not racist, never. It's hard for a European to understand our football culture like chants and celebrations. He recorded that live video at an inopportune moment. It was bad. He didn't even realize what he was singing. I'll be honest, I don't agree with that last part. But I do agree that, you know, the culture is obviously very different in Argentina. Yep, it was obviously a poor moment to do it. But yeah, look, I agree that he's not a racist for sure. He's not a racist, Enzo. I don't agree. I don't agree with that situation whatsoever. And he's added further here. In 2014, when Germany beat us, they imitated how Gauchos walk and called us ignorant. In 2018, France mocked Messi for his height. We never came out to say we were being discriminated against. I mean, I don't know what the connotations of those or what those incidents were. What else have we got going on? So yeah, there we go. Anyway, guys, I'm going to round this one out here. Make sure you continue on your way out to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. That would be greatly appreciated. Please do that. Smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow with more news. Let's wait and see what the next 24 hours or so has got in store for us. I'll be back tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. If there's enough news, I'll be live. If not, there'll be an upload on the channel anyway. So please smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the sunshine wherever you are. And yeah, love for the support as always. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Up the Chelsea, all that good stuff. Peace out and catch you guys tomorrow.